experience comes from years of working with each of you in this room and moving a progressive agenda forward. I can name several accomplishments by which I am most proud. Arlington has adopted a Housing First policy, and I was a significant player in that adoption. Arlington also has found a permanent home for Head Start, and we have invested mightily in our public school system. I have always been an advocate for the public schools, and I know I can claim a large credit for the progress we have made. Arlington also was one of the first jurisdictions to adopt green policies, which is making your buildings green, reducing the carbon footprint. I have been a strong supporter of those policies and have moved them forward at the regional level. Thank you for your question. I think the most pressing issue facing the state is investment in education, both at the preschool level, the K-12 level, and at the higher ed level. I don't know if some of you know this, but in parts of our state, we have a graduation rate that is low as 70%. That is not acceptable for this century. In the last budget, maybe you know this, but the Republicans took $600 million out of the K-12 public education budget, and the Democrats were able to restore about $400 million. If the Democrats had not been there and not held the majority in the Senate, we would not have been able to make those restorations. And we actually need more resources from the state to achieve the kind of educational outcomes we need. But the way to do that is to actually get more dollars put into a categorical grant coming back to Northern Virginia. I would also, the second thing I would do is I would introduce legislation that would really increase the Virginia Preschool Initiative payback per person to Northern Virginia. We're really struggling finding enough slots to educate our children at the preschool level. If they don't fit into Head Start and they're still low income, we just don't have the dollars to get them a good preschool education. Every study that has been done on educational achievement and graduation rates have linked back to the need to have good preschool education. And I would use the power of the state to try to accomplish some public policy goals that I think would better serve the region and the Commonwealth in the area of transportation. I actually think that transportation dollars should be better linked to land use planning in a way that sort of encourages and rewards linkages that give you smart growth, the smart growth concept, linkages that may provide enough density so transit systems will work and you can develop the connectivity that you need. I also believe that before we put dollars down for new construction on any road in the state, we really do have to we have to do a multimodal study. It's not about moving cars, it is about moving people, but you need to figure out how to do that. Should you have rapid bus transit? Should you manage those lanes with HOV? What do you need to do to ensure that you're increasing your capacity, that you're not just laying pavement that 3 years from now will be congested?